Hey everyone, my name is Rahul Sareen and I lead the sustainability and AI solutions at AWS globally. Thanks a lot for coming for the session today, and so apologies, I lost my voice last couple of days, so hopefully I'll try to speak louder. If you cannot hear, just please let me know and I'll try to adjust. So we're here to talk about how to integrate Gen AI into sustainability best practices and your sustainability strategies. Uh, we are going to talk about what are some of the Gen AI innovations that are happening in the sustainability space. We will also dive deeper into how data is a differentiator and the importance of data in sustainability and especially Gen AI solutions. We will also then talk about some of the key considerations and how to get started. So we are working with a lot of customers across multiple industries and public sector, and we are actually seeing a lot of good trends and patterns which are emerging where customers are actually integrating Gen AI into their sustainability strategies, and many use cases are emerging. So I firmly believe that Gen AI can really transform every aspect of the business, and I think we are seeing more and more adoption in the sustainability space. And we are seeing customers where they are using Gen AI to maybe analyze large amount of data, do some prediction, understand what are the different patterns, where the gaps are, where the hotspots lie. They're also looking for summarizing documents, large amount of documents that they have, and then also like answering questions. Some of the examples that we have, for example, we have many climate tech startups that run on AWS who provide ESG reporting solutions to their customers. Now they are looking at how they can provide more chatbot experience to their customer to improve the overall customer experience and also help customers answer some of the questions, right? So for example, if you are a sustainability analyst and you suddenly just came across a new regulation that came out, you can probably go to the chatbot and ask questions around the new regulation and figure out how you need to basically prepare your business for that. Similarly, we have customers who are actually looking to design their products to be more sustainable, and then they are using Gen AI for more product optimization, product design purposes. We also have like customers such as NASDAQ that run on AWS and are good partner of ours who are analyzing vast amount of data from different sources, web scraping, and they're using Gen AI to basically make more actionable insights, but much faster in a shorter amount of time that they can use internally, but also can offer to their customers. Now, these are some of the examples of the use cases that we have seen. And again, Gen AI is not applicable to just like a particular set of industries, but we are seeing adoption of Gen AI in finance. We are seeing adoption of Gen AI towards supply chain optimization for many customers who are looking at, optimizing their value chain based on sustainability principles. And you'll probably see that some of these use cases can also be solved through AI. But when our customers are implementing Gen AI practices, they're getting better results. While some of the use cases are completely new, that couldn't be possible unless there is no Gen AI application built for that. This is an ESG workflow. Many of you who work in the ESG context and reporting context, you might be familiar with the different phases. And these are some of the pain points that we have heard from our customers. And even like when we do our own sustainability reporting, we also come across some of these challenges for our own organization. And what we have seen is that applying Gen AI across these different pain points can really help elevate a lot of these challenges that our customers face. And the productivity for many teams have actually improved. We, for example, have heard one of the big use cases that come across from many of our customers is doing product LCAs. And we are seeing adoption of Gen AI to actually reduce the time to build product LCAs and get a good enough understanding as to where the hotspots lie within their product lifecycle so that they can take actions. Now, while working internally within our organization and also across different industries and with various customers, one of the things that we actually learned is that data is a key differentiator when you are building GenAI applications. So if you think about it, right, pretty much every organization, every customer has access to the same foundational models, right? These foundational models are available, some are paid, some are free, and every organization has access to it. But what we have seen is organizations that actually become successful in building these GenAI applications are the ones that actually leverage the base foundation models and then apply their data to it, and then make more business context. So a difference between a generic GenAI application versus an application that really understands your customer, your business, your data needs to be perfect, and you need to basically train your foundational models based on your data. And in order for that, you need to have a very solid data foundation. You need to have, like, for example, all of you who work in the sustainability space, you know that you get to work with data that is structured, that is unstructured. You also get streaming data that you have to analyze. So you have data coming in different formats. So you need to really think about a very comprehensive platform that can actually help store all this data and then also transform the data at scale and in a secure manner. Another thing is integration is very important. What we have found working with many customers is that you end up creating data silos, right? So for example, finance department, they have a data which is locked in their own entire space, which probably might be needed by someone who's actually a sustainability analyst. Similarly, we have customers who probably work more on the operation side. Like for example, if you have manufacturing facilities and you need to understand your operational data to reduce the overall carbon impact or water impact, you need to provide access to that data to other stakeholders. So integration is very important breaking the data silos. Finally, everything that needs to be built should be secure and it should be properly governed. That should be the job zero, what we call it at AWS. Now, here are some of the key considerations or best practices. So when you're looking at integrating GenAI into your sustainability strategy, find the use case where you think has the highest impact, right? Prioritize projects that probably affect your organization strategy, but also your sustainability strategy in the maximum impact way. In fact, one of the things that we are seeing, a lot of our customers who are integrating GenAI into their overall business strategy is to talk to different stakeholders. So for example, if you are working on sustainability, you should be talking to your supply chain SMEs from energy industry. So once you talk to them and then brainstorm, what are some of the use cases where you can actually leverage the GenAI application to maybe optimize, maybe reduce, or tackle anything that you want to do. Another thing is using the right tool is very important. As you probably might have heard or seen that we have foundational models that are being built by many companies like Meta, Stability, Anthropic, and all these are being launched, right? But you need to really test and adapt. Like for example, a particular foundation model might work better for a particular use case, but then not for the other use case that you have. So having a toolkit that basically provides you access to all the foundation models is very important. And another thing is, build it with security in the mind. One of the things that we see a lot of customers trying is, okay, I want to experiment with GenAI, but then they forget about the security element. So that is very important, right? A core data foundation, as I mentioned earlier, is very important for building GenAI applications. Finally, what we have seen some of the successful companies do is, they define the KPI or the key performance indicator very well. And, it should not only just be the environmental impact, right? Like, for example, how much carbon you are reducing or water you are reducing from your operations. It should also meet along with the business goals, because once you basically can say that, okay, we did this, and as a result, our business is now more agile, or we were able to reduce cost, that will actually help you define or write the business case for many more use cases and experiment. And finally, you should invest in educating your teams. One of the things that people think, oh, it's Gen AI, it's technology, so we should probably have our tech or developers really understand what exactly the new technology areas or the tools are. Uh, in fact, even within Amazon, right? Like we have our line of business leaders, or even like different like operations people and different like people who make the decisions on the business side. They really go and understand what Gen AI capabilities are and what tool sets are available, because they are the ones who actually have to make a business decision or a domain decision. So they need to work closely with the tech team. That's not like we are not suggesting that, but what we are saying is, let's make sure that you have the right tools and the right resources available, and you can provide that to your business leaders so that they really understand what are some of the practical applications for this. So how can you get started? One of the things that I hear from most of the executives are that how can I implement Gen AI much more faster, right? How can I get started with this quickly? So as I mentioned, pick a use case that's high impact to your business, to your sustainability goals. Whether you want to like start internal, right? So you might have 100 sustainability analysts who might be going through hundreds of documents, large amount of data. They might be web scraping. They might be like doing a lot of research around the new regulations that are coming. Or it could be your customer, right? Like you have a customer, like for example, you basically provide a service to your customer and you want to basically provide a better customer experience to them. So think about a use case that really is high impactful and then get started on that quickly. Another thing I mentioned, Gen AI is still an evolving field. We have customers who are at different maturity level. Some customers, they actually have built production workloads running Gen AI applications. Some are just starting now, right? And as I mentioned, that even the foundational models that are available, many customers are actually building their own LLMs. They are evolving, right? So as they evolve, you need to customize for your business need and adapt. And finally, choose the right infrastructure to scale. Having a core data foundation is very important for building the Gen AI applications. I heard the previous panel that they also mentioned about the importance of data and AI. So I think choose the infrastructure that provides you with the tool sets to not only just customize, but also build your data strategy in a more secure and scalable manner. With that, thank you all for coming. And if anyone wants to definitely discuss about Gen AI strategies and sustainability in general and how technology can be adapted to your business, I'm here and happy to chat further. Thanks a lot.